Welcome to the Bosies Club. All right, so let's begin, shall we? Class is in session. If you haven't got your notepad out, get out of my classroom. Okay, so we're going to scan through this. So let me analyze the comps quickly. Viper, Raze, Killjoy, Breach, Omen. So not the best control, but they're relying on the fact that they have the Breach and the Viper and the thingy. They have no Sky, so that's already a red flag from me from the Flycast Red. But from Teddy Tactics, who we're reviewing today, a much better comp, but I think minus the chamber because you need a dash. Like, it just adds a bit more spacing, you know. You're going to get caught behind utility, a dash going in, or a Raze combos quite well with, like, Viper Spits and Harbor stuff. So we're going for the chamber, though, so we'll allow it. So let's have a look here. So going for a garage control, setting up A control here. So the idea about A control is, what do you want to do after it? Question mark. Do you want to push out if they end up going C? So they've actually gone for, it's quite actually decent here because they've gone for the A control, but they're keeping heavy garage, so they're playing full retake C with the Viper wall, okay? So that's the game plan this round. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how this garage control goes. 1 kill. 1 for 1, 1 for 2. Beautifully done. But pulling out your spit there was a bit optimistic in my opinion. They established control of chamber. These people have rotated, and now we're in a 3v3 situation. Chamber gets a kill, 3v2. Okay, so Chamber just keeps A control here. Okay, he's left. But we needed to make sure we still got the spot here. But it doesn't matter because I think we've got the read there on C. So let's see what happens here. We need to get my Sky AC up, please. No, we're not putting you on Sky ever again, mate. You missed your chance. Okay, so the Viper going for a play here. Honestly, I don't think it's needed. Mainly because 2v3 is still really winnable and pissed around. And I think enemies are going to expect it because reason why is because, hey, you had garage for ages. You're a man down and you can, the C site's free. If the C site's free, they're going to be playing around here holding for you because they're going to wait for their teammates. So peeking into this, in my opinion, I know it's the other team, but just isn't that good. But good hold there from Aria even. And now let's see how they retake it. So Sky does a pop flash close. They get smoked now. As long as they go together, they win with the dog here. So the dog goes in, and then they just obviously trade the Omen here, I think. Nice, they're staying together. Done. All right, next round. All right, so the same situation's happening here. They're trying to establish A control for the chamber. This Viper wall, though, just ruins every plan about A control. This is why we struggled against Loud. Please, no Decker, no. If you ask again... You hear this? Oh, maybe you can then. Alright, anyway. So this Viper wall just means that you can't get A main control for free. You know, the only place you can play is here, and it's not exactly fun. It's why we struggled against Loud on the defense side. It's because we had no control of anything. This wall is broken on attack side. It's like the agent's so broken on this map. No wonder we couldn't beat Loud. Although I think we actually could have, but we had to play super hard mode. So obviously this Viper dies here. The enemy team didn't get the bomb plant, so Viper could have just bought us Marshall here and just held the C-long with the Marshall. But instead, she gets spotted, flushed out, and taken out to the candy shop. But nice trade here from Ash. So what does Ash need to do here? We've got A control, kind of. We've got a little bit B backside. I think B backside is super good against ecos. Mainly because you can just play off these two angles, and then normally what happens is your teammates will flood in and stuff. So I think backside going around this position is super good. You have the alarm bot for information, so we're chilling there. Chamber's got the trip for the short. Maybe that's why they had the chamber, so they could have a trip and leave them there instead of the jet. Maybe it was an anti-strat. Right, first buy. So let's go into the first buy, shall we? Once again, so wall here. What does the wall do? Stops A main control. Super good. What are they doing as a reaction? Denying mid control from the Killjoy. So instant wall across here, which I actually think is quite good in my opinion. It's what I was doing on Astra, but instead it's walling. I just smoked. Just to kind of put pressure on middle, because you'll know if they're middle if they like want to brute force through it and stuff. And I think it's kind of handy. Chamber on short here. Managing to get a nice little timing. You need to get in front of the wall, which they end up doing. Into this spot. Boom. Spot has been established. A main control is established. Boom. Free kill. Okay, you missed, but it's a free kill there. So, unfortunate miss. But now what's the reaction here? So we got Viper Orb, where is the Viper Orb right now? I don't know where the Viper Orb is, but the one that Loud used to do was this one, because this one allowed for floods and allowed for them to play around here quite comfortably, as you saw against us. So let's see what happens here. They're flooding back in. Chamber's gone Heaven, which I don't think is the play. You're not going to get any value from Heaven. The War Orb is in the Loud spot, so they are playing it like Loud. But you'll see here now Chamber's just useless this round. Only Harbor's on site playing in the Orb. Gets the 1-for-1. And then Chamber jumps out the window, loses a round. So I think Chamber's pathing there. You never want to path a Heaven if you're flooding the site. The reason why is because teams will smoke the Heaven generally. You know, like most of the time they'll smoke the Heaven. Especially this sort of comp too, where they don't need to use the smoke to cross long. They actually do a really nice reaction to rush A here. Big flash on the CT spawn. To be fair, I think Aria plays really well in the smoke here to delay. This guy gets a nice kill there, but gets traded through the smoke, I think, which is kind of unlucky. Or the Omen TP'd up on the box. Oh, no, yeah, he TP'd up in the box and killed her. And then the Chamber died. Yeah, so I think the Chamber was the biggest thing this round. Or the half-assed flood. So let's see now what happens. Oranges manages to flood out as well, because why not? It's 3v2. You got to find a timing. This Viper does a spit. And then Oranges gets 1, gets 2. Let's see how they play this 2v1. So I think Killjoy could have ran to help the Viper here, but why does she need to, you know? Like this Viper, you play 1v1s at this point, right? AM, baby. I think you play 1v1s, you know? This Viper is known. The Killjoy is unknown. The Killjoy could be flank, could be anything. And if you don't reveal yourself as a Killjoy and keep it question mark for this person, this Clutcher might end up making a mistake. So let's have a look here. Because you end up taking loads of damage, making noise, and also revealing where you are as well. And technically almost dying there. And if you die, then Oranges is in a really difficult situation. So let's see what happens here. They end up getting to play together here, and the Orb helps them. So it's kind of... It does end up working out. But now they kind of split up. She's going to find a timing now on the Killjoy. Oh, no. Alright, we end up winning anyways. They end up making something quite proactive there, which I actually quite like, using the Orb to kind of push up here. The spacing was a bit off. Like, I think if this person was a bit more aware, after seeing the Killjoy there, that's like obvious they're pushing in. All right, so next round. So what's been happening so far? They got established A control for the Chamber, which I think is good. The Chamber unfortunately missed. And they're winning the round so far. So no comment here. They're denying mid control at the start. You know, with this wall now, Harbor wall coming in on this window. Chamber gets a kill on a C rush here. Because they're probably going to try and grab the orb for the breach. And they end up getting it. But Chamber only goes 1-for-1 here. So let's see how he dies. Gets 1. Where's your TP, son? So didn't TP. Wait, you took the TP back. So that's why the Chamber lost here, because they took the TP back and they died. So not a good death there, in my opinion. But don't worry. We'll VOD review it. Next round. So now... Not next round, sorry. Next up. Killjoy's lurked middle. We're playing retake A, I guess. I want to see how this retake goes. Ideally, you don't want to play retake versus an enemy Viper, because then the Viper could put the orb in the choke, but this Viper doesn't have orb, and they're against eco round. So let's see how it plays out. Let's see how good this retake is. So in my opinion, you want to... I never like playing retake A, because it's awkward. But let's see what they do here. So they use the orb, which I think is super strong, actually, because it denies the angles here, and it denies the default guy from swinging. So then all they have to do is clear this crossfire and then watch out for someone swinging out of this orb. But when they swing out, they'll take, what, like 60, 70 damage passively. So Sky Flash comes in there to clear under Heaven, and that person actually gets blinded from it. And then they Harbor Orb through. They take the bomb. Getting half it is super strong while the orb is still up. Honestly, getting off it there is... Oh, because you got breach ulted. So they got breach ulted. They should win this round. There we go, yeah. Nice retake. I actually think the Harbor Orb... If they'd done the Harbor Orb... I don't know if the Harbor Orb helps them or not. Because if there's a person under Heaven, then the person under Heaven could have gone in the orb and actually got a kill there for free. It does help you clear out this angle better. But I don't know if the Harbor Orb... It's just so very lucky that person got blind. Because if there was someone in that orb then at that time... could have gone bad, but I'm not sure. We'll leave it as it is because it worked. The biggest thing about kind of when you're watching games and when you're playing as a team is trial and error. If something doesn't work, analyze why. Is it a problem with, oh, we just missed our shots, or is it like it's rubbish? You have to be ready to kind of drop it. If you don't like it, drop it. All right, next round. Let's have a look. Bitch, I do the money dance. So fast C rush here coming out from, well, yeah, kind of fast. It's a bit slow, really. Spit in CT, but it missed. Wall up and a flash. Like, because they don't have initiator, they don't know who's on the site. So they just unloaded everything. But they do have the Viper Orb and the Spit. So let's see how Teddy Tactics used the Viper Wall here. So I think the biggest mistake here from Teddy Tactics is this Viper Wall needs to be up, in my opinion. When this dog comes in here, firstly, we need to be ready to go with the dog. Otherwise, I feel like the dog's not getting used here. But they have the Sky ulti, so maybe the dog is to bait you till, and then you Sky ulti, which I think is good. So in that case, then Harbor doesn't need to go, which they end up not going. Now we need a wall up. If you're going through this without the wall, I think it's a bit int, which they do, I think. Oh no, the wall is up. It just doesn't get this box, which is unlucky. So let me see what they could have done better here. We have a Harbor wall, we have Cascade, we have Sky ult, we have a Viper Spit. We have 2 Viper Spits, actually. So let's have a look. So the wall will go up. Cabbages come in. Sky Flash goes to Narnia. I think you need to pop through. If the cabbages are breaking that fast, I think you have to pop flash here, in my opinion. And this would have got this person on the angle as well. I think you're going to do it now. Nice spit into the Viper wall there to force the Omen out, I guess. And then this person's just managed to get 2 there. So it's just not ideal. What could have done better there? Oh, but this flank is actually kind of nutty. Kind of fortunate timing. My money moves. The Harbor wall is interesting, but cuts off angles. What would I have done here? Okay, what could they have done better here? Let's have a look. This is your song now. So we got the wall going across here. It's the loud wall, I think. So something like this. So the only angle it doesn't get is on top of box, and this person punished them accordingly. I think the Sky ulti. Honestly, I think the Sky ulti, instead of doing it right here, I think you let it cook. I think you pop. I don't know the best way to do Sky ultis, but I think personally you don't want to do it right before the choke, because what happens is all the ultis are grouped up. And they go like this. And then all it takes is, because one person can kill all 3, which end up happening. The Raze killed 2 ultis. But what you want to do, I think, you want to cook it. So you want to put the Sky ulti here. So then they spread out a little bit, you know. The Omen one will go that way, this one will go that way, and one will probably go garage. And that way you're helping the garage people as well. So that'd be the first thing, I think. Like, I think that'll be the first one. In my opinion, instead of ulting from here. And then that gives you time also to cook a flash as well. So as the, get out of my thing, as the cabbages come in, the Sky Flash will come in to follow it, and then you'd pop a Sky Flash through the smoke as the ultis are going through the smoke, and especially because you had 2 flashes left. So that'd be the first thing. I think the Viper Spit around here or here was good, because this angle is kind of annoying to clear. You can spam it through the box. You could wait for the smoke to go down and spam it through the box, but that might take up too much time. So I think that's the biggest thing, I'd say. The Sky ulti didn't get full value there. Could we have done a Harbor Cascade? Is there even a good Harbor Cascade? You could have cascaded like that to make it a bit awkward for them, but honestly, not sure. I think it's something to do with the flashes there weren't fully efficient. But it's really difficult. Like that would be my play here. I think Killjoy doing a little late lurk here is actually quite interesting, because she does manage to find the timing. But yeah, something about, see how those 2 cabbages just died? And then the flash went to Narnia. And then Chamber's just kind of waiting in the smoke forever. But if one of the cabbages could have guided Chamber a little bit. Oh, they have an AWP, to be fair, so they wouldn't have followed it anyway. But yeah, I think something like that. Climatic, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the Bosies Club. All right, next round. But I think generally the setup and whatnot's going on here was fine. To play retake there was fine. Oh, you actually won. Oh, this Killjoy's clutching out. Ash X True. Oh my goodness, they ran through the smoke. Okay, how could this Raze won this clutch here? Let's have a look. So, let me hear the time of the spike.
Down to the one-on-one, a very late flank from Ash, but the timing works out.
Mate, the Raze has got so much time here. The Boombot's literally clear back sight.
Down to the...
Raze could honestly... I'm trying to think what Raze could do. I mean, the Raze just lost this fight, which is kind of unlucky. I think Raze wanted to cross with the Boombot. I think Raze didn't need the Boombot.
The one-on-one, a very late flank for Ash.
We know where the Killjoy is. I think they could have used the Boombot a bit later.
Boombot doesn't get the information.
But I'm not sure how they win that. If it were me, I wouldn't be walking there. I don't think. I'd just simply be. I know this harbor wall is gonna go down soon. I think I'd go CT wrap round, but then the Killjoy turret. I don't know what I'd do. I think I actually would do what the Raze did, but I'd just hit the shot.
Through and the
working to read the start line.
No cappuccino on that.
Tactics are
Ash is the truth.
Oh,
there we go.
right now. The team plays
so we've got the Sky Flash coming in. Pops.
Listen, when the individuals have to step up, they can do that too.
What are we doing here? All right, so they do the harbor wall that Loud like to do to stop the kind of rush and threaten the fact that they're holding the A site. But we're actually going to play retake with Killjoy here. However, the enemy can break it, so let's see if the enemy has that Raze lineup. Not like me though. So that's the biggest counter here, the Raze lineup. So
actually just gonna jump straight
through. We have Killjoy, but our Killjoy's in Narnia.
Satcheling in, a bit of delay utility. The chamber trip you can see
Satchel
that
comes in, Omen smoking. Oh wait, yeah, sorry. I don't know why it was still up. All right, so the mistake that FlyQuest did is they don't have an initiator, so they don't know if the site's clear or not. So they've ended up investing a Raze ulti onto a dead site. So that's quite funny. Here, I think Ash dying is big no-no in my opinion. Like, she needs to be popping a Killjoy ulti. That's the win condition of this round. If you're gonna play retake with these Harbor ulti, Killjoy ulti, then let's make sure we're doing it correctly. I think the push is good, but I don't think the push was correct in this round. I think at this point you've got this push. We know it's A. So what we can do is set up the fast flood. You know, don't give them time to set up and get into good positions. Maybe Viper might need to do a spit somewhere to stop the Raze, doing a decent nade. But I think that was this was the big flaw this round, in my opinion. Like, we've already got the positions. The bomb's just gone down. Goes 1 for 1, but it's the Killjoy ulti is the win condition. And now we're going to do the Harbor ulti and we're going to flood through CT spawn, but there's going to be a Viper. Oh, no, there's a one-way. Breach is going to be throwing back all his stuff, and we're still running through it. Aria's looking like me there. Just ignoring everything. I don't care about your Kaboom or anything. This Breach Kaboom is a bit rubbish. And she actually gets the kill, which is quite funny. And Omen trades it. We might still win this round. Big trade there. The Viper spit's missed, I think. This is actually a big good point. Viper's got 2 spits here. I think it would just be nice to have an option to shoot one of the spits from a lineup as you're going in, you know? Just to make one of these spots, like maybe stop this person swinging, you pop it here, or put it on default to make it awkward for them, or I think here might be fine, to be fair. Like one of these spots, just to make it a little bit more awkward for them, forces that person out of the cubby, so then you get a decent angle onto the shot. I think what they did was they did also the dog, and then they did a harbor orb so they can pop flash through it. So let's see. But Sky's gone heaven now. Where's Sky off to? Narnia. We're going through. Get that pop flash for Arya. Arya's going in beef mode right now. Boom. Gets one. But we need the other util. The Sky flash comes in now, but it's not providing much thing. Viper ult comes off. Raze nade comes in. Yeah, the Killjoy round would have just made it here. So before every round stream, you need to be thinking, what's my win condition? And they win the round. They still win it despite not using the Killjoy, so we'll take it. I think FlyQuest are just getting comp diffed. And, like, FlyQuest don't have a reaction. Like, where's the Viper orb? Where are they throwing it every round? Like, if you're a Viper, in my opinion, the best Viper stuff is when you throw your orb close, and then you can pick it up and use it for post plant. Those are the best Viper orbs. Like A on bind, you can throw it, and then you can pick it and use it for post plant on A. You won't be able to use it on post plant on B, unfortunately, but still, I think it's the best. So let's see what happens this round. Doing some mid pressure here. Harbor's going to walk down on Chamber, holding the window angle. It's an interesting angle. Oh, they spit the turret to stop the turret from seeing Arya here. The only problem with this play is it's a bit obvious, in my opinion, that you push middle here. As you can see, they used it. They invested a flash for it, but they're not checking the window. They're not aware of it, and they don't have any initiation tools, so they're not checking out Arya here. I think because Arya's seen this spot, what we need to do now is surely we want to collapse. We got 4 here. We know they're out middle. Like, oh, we are collapsing now. So Sky's gonna dog. Arya's gonna. Oh my goodness, this person's calling with a knife out. Arya gets 3. So we got a bit lucky there. We'll take that they're not aware of that push there. But I think it was quite fun, quite a fun idea here with the spit. If you've been doing the spit every round, but I don't think they have, because Oranges normally has 2 spits on retake. So I think if they do it every round, then it's actually quite decent. It means the Killjoy would have to delay their turret every round, and then that also gives a timing of a mid push every round, if that makes sense. So it's quite interesting there. Mind Squad, thank you for the sub. On maybe not every round, but some rounds, you know, you need to get it in their heads that, oh, they do that spit, I can't put my turret there, they'll just break it. Oh, I have to put my turret later, and then that's when you do the little walk down. So it was a nice play to do a little mid push here. I just want to make sure that you're not doing it the first time, like, because if I see that spit now as an anti-strat, I'm going to be like, oh, they done that spit, care window, care this. A's going to maybe weaker. Okay, so let's see here. So the enemy team spit short, but they miss it. Do you lose this game? Did they lose this game?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
They lost this game.
All right, nice kill. Finally, Venus. And the TP out as well. All right, so let's see here. So the enemy team trying to harass the Killjoy turret here, but the Harbor Wall comes in kind of clutch. The timing of that Harbor Wall is actually quite funny. I guess because Chamber didn't really see anyone else. So what we're going to do now, we've lost A control because obviously Chamber's going to kill and dipped out. The enemy team has lost their lurk value from Viper. We have a Killjoy for retake A. So I think here we just play retake A, which is what you're doing. You're holding short with the trip on long, which I think is fine. What else is there? So now, honestly, I think here, let's get someone backside B. I think instead of going to A-Link, I personally think A-Link's rubbish. I think backside B is much better. And I think you can survive for ages there, especially against teams that won't clear you out. They do have the raise nade though, so maybe going A-Link is better. But let's see how this round plays out, because the worst sort of rounds, they ulti. I was going to say the worst sort of rounds are when you play A-Link, C-Link, and the enemy team just goes on B and just finds little timings to kill you, and then someone lurks garage. Like it really snowballs. So ulti comes off. Oh, Ash, what are you doing, mate? Also, did Ash try to break it? You can actually break this ulti, by the way. I swear no one knows this. You can shoot through this wood and break the ult, by the way. I tried to tell Alfia this when we played against someone. It was like against Billy Gaming or something, or Liquid or something. I was like, you can shoot this ult through this little gap here. That's why I was so confused why teams doing it. I was just like, oh, if they do it, we know that we can break it, right? And I don't even play ranked. Manchester's genius. All right, so this is a bit of a bad ulti here because you have to leave the area. Your teammates can't support you, and you die here, and they get the ulti off as well. So here, just respect the ulti. Go into here, pop your ulti down, play the retake, harbor orb the bomb, have a great time, do the loud wall, whatever you want to do if you have it. Yeah, you have the loud wall. And then retake is so easy here. You don't need to rush the lockdown here. They haven't even got the bomb plant down. So one of the rules that I like to say is you don't want to put the ult down. You don't want to put the ult down if the enemy hasn't got the bomb down, because they could just cancel and run C-split or something, or I don't know, so something crazy, you know? The best case is ascent on A. Like, if they haven't planted on A yet, don't put the ult, because they could just leave A. And they don't plant. That's basically right there, throwing a rank max. Yeah, you wish, mate. But we end up winning the retake because How do FlyQuest play this post plant? This person jumps across. Omen, you got a smoke for me? No. This person dies, which is kind of unlucky. Should have been getting that kill. Arya's crisp. And then Venus gets a trade. I'm just watching this one more time. I think the play to go solo here isn't actually good from you. It's a 4v4. And they're smoked off on this side. So I don't think this is actually a good play. But you do get the 1-1-1. But if you just die here, the round is pretty much over. We don't have our smoker. All we have is a Viper wall for garage. So, like, I do think you staying alive would have been a lot better. And if you'd not got that 1-for-1, then it would have been a lot more awkward. But I don't know what the enemy team's doing. Like, wait for the tap, then play off the tap. Tuck in, tuck in. You don't need to fight these angles. Let the teammates panic on sight. And then you hit them with the Mojo Dojo Casa House. You know what I'm saying, stream? Because you don't have very good AXX. You can't really brute force out A. You'd have to hit the C splits, I think. And with B, you'd have to like fake something and then contact into B. That's how I see your comp. So double satchel in. Sorry, we're gonna watch this round now. So Sky Flash A, establish chamber control, leave chamber. Oh, Sky grabs the orb as well, which is good. We want to make sure we're keeping those ult points coming. All right, Killjoy, they're not clearing you, so you can have it. But let's have a look at the blunder here. I'm going to call it a blunder because I think this position against any good team is a blunder. You can't start in this position because you're going to get breach stunned. You're going to get omen flashed. And a jet dashing in here will just clear you out and you die for free every time. Every time. It's something that Althea goes to, and I'm like, bro, you can't go here. So we got a new little tactic about how to deal with it. I'll let you guys be creative and think about your own solutions. They don't actually check the Killjoy, which is actually mad. So the Killjoy goes 1-for-1. How did Viper die? So Viper's just been caught. Where's that wall at is what I want to know. So let's have a look. All right, wall goes up. The spit is a bit too deep in my opinion. And the raise... Wait, where did the wall go down? Got Toxin. Did it go down? Yeah, you popped the wall down, and it actually got you killed because you could have easily anchored the site here. With the spit on the choke, it stops the rest coming out, and the Killjoy molly here. All you need to do is both of you focus the raise here. So let's see. So you wall up here. You could easily just play around right behind your wall here because this is the one place that the Omen Flash isn't going to get much value. If you had a Phantom 2, you could spray down this line here. This is the Mystic spray down, I call it. And probably get a kill while they're waiting behind your spit and stuff and them nano. That's a kill there maybe. And then you try and trade out the raise here. Right now you got two different ideas. You're trying to run off. This person's trying to stay on site. So you need to... This is a problem me and Althea have as well, to be fair. Like, our C setup wasn't great and we were getting punished until we kind of had one plan and we just used that game plan all the time. And it ended up working quite a bit, to be fair. But still, like... Need more ideas, especially because you got the Viper to help to cut off the whole of the back side. It's so broken, man. Like going into side cycle like that was always awkward. Like you could do anything. So that's the first thing I think. The different plans, two different people had different plans. Viper wall goes down, gets killed, but I think you could have anchored there with the spit and the Killjoy nano. That's free. That's how Loud play it too. They play to hold. We got a breach ulti. Flash. Honestly, Raze needs to flank here, which she does, but she's a bit too late, in my opinion. Got a nano on the psych. Harbor Cascade coming in. Oh, and this wall is quite funny as well. And the enemy's just not spamming. This harbor wall is quite good, actually. Blocks off this angle, and it makes it really awkward for them. It's not bad. It's very annoying. And Venus kills the lurker. Venus gets that one. Venus Flytrap, we'll call her. And gets that one too. Bloody hell, Omen. Alright, so Omen's mistake here, actually. She didn't even tap the bomb. Okay, she tapped it. What do you do, stream? When the enemy first taps it, watch me in any clutch on Haven C thing. If they know you're in here, they're going to tap it and they're going to roam to the left. So what do you need to do? You know that they're going to tap it, so you need to make sure the first jump spot is just like that and clearing this angle, because then if you spot them there, they're going to run back and tap it again and then maybe repeat. So then that way you're wasting time. But the Omen went straight for a jump spot in... Oh, wait, wrong clearing. The Omen went straight for a jump spot here and got caught by this angle. So rule number 1 is respect that.
Push front door, brother.
Wrong one. Okay. Half it. No, that's a different rule, Yinsu. That's a different rule. That's a rule for controllers. Never peek first out. You can peek it, but jump spot, you gotta work your way into the spot, you know? When there's a lot of time on the bomb, the enemy might not get it on it. And they're never gonna stick it there. 9-0, surely can't lose. Honestly, I think you lot got too confident. That's my bet. So Omen smoke top C, blocks off Chambers angle here. Harder. Same again with this alarm bot here. I think the alarm bot would be really helpful in this situation because the macro game from you lot right now isn't exactly great because firstly you have a question mark here which isn't that bad. Your wheel, if they're a good team, if they had a better comp, you'd have a question mark in garage by now because they would have actually tried to prod this chamber trip. And then obviously you have a question mark long and a question mark short. You have too many question marks. You're playing front B, but you're also playing to get ready to flood A, it looks like. So let's see what happens. So if I'm enemy Viper here, I'm saying Killjoy turret on thing. Okay, you're playing to retake C with a Sky ulti. Retake A with a Sky ulti, I guess. So you can see here, like, alarm bot now you wouldn't need the Sky ulti firstly, so then you can use it for retake. And then if you were to play retake instead of flood, and then the util didn't get much value there. Also, they're not the greatest guns. So using a Sky ulti for info. Oh my goodness, we're going in. So let's see, we're flooding in as 3, which is kind of crazy. Through a Viper orb. Fearless, mate. Oh my goodness. Come on, please lose this round. Just because I don't like what you did there. Yes. I love it when teams do something I don't like and they get punished. Sorry for your loss of this round. So the round win condition right now is you're playing heavy B. You're going to flood C. You can't flood A anymore. Unless you had early info or like you wanted to play retake B, which I think would have been easier with the Sky ulti, in my opinion, than retake A. And finally, this M-Luo finally put their orb in the CT choke, which is the strongest place. So once you give a Viper A control, a good Viper, orb is going to be here, and you have to respect it. And by the time you respect it, the enemy Omen's going to put a smoke there, and you just get stack smoked, and it's really awkward. You'd have to burst through it. But you end up bursting through it really prematurely. Like two people here aren't ready. They haven't even got the bomb plant down. I don't mind the flood, but it would have been better had you been more ready. Like we needed... Honestly, Viper could have crossed front B and just risked it instead of taking the long way around. Like, we lost the macro game here and we get punished. That's what I think. And then we lose the flood. Because flooding through a Viper orb is like death. Okay, so I guess this FlyQuest team gets 3 rounds now. Is there one way orb for CT? Is it better? Personally, I don't prefer it. It's decent, but I think I prefer the orb in the choke. Just because it's like 30 damage instantly. And then by the time they set up in it, it's about 50 damage, I reckon. So 50 damage to walk through the smoke and hit into here is a lot, you know? Especially when you pair it with U2 or whatnot. So let's look at this round. So they end up doing a C fake. Raze comes through here and absolutely domes Venus. So Venus goes for a garage peek, which I think is okay. Turret saw her, so I think by now she has to dip. But they're running up C's, she thinks. So she thinks she's safe, but the Raze owns her here. And Killjoy pushes up as a reaction, gets domed. And this round is Jova. So what happened with the macro this round? Sky Flash doesn't see anyone. But we don't establish control on the A. And also this wall means that, hey... It's a different round. We could wall on C. We could spot here for free. And you can just spot C A long for free here. If you wanted to. But Killjoy ends up walking up here. Getting caught. Because this Dodo Nut's done their job. And got 2, 3. And the round is over. something that like a lot of teams aren't good at is calling the mix-ups. Like these team is mixing up everything now. They've got the wall going across here now. Crazy. And they wall up here. So right now all the pressure is currently on C long. This could be a burst. So oranges is spamming through the smoke with a Vandal, which I think is dangerous. I prefer to have a Phantom if I'm a Viper on this map. So we'll see what's happening here. We got a Nano here. What do they have? They have a Breach Ulti. They're about to hit the Breach Ulti with the C. Finally, Killjoy's playing off C. Could flood in on timing here, which she ends up doing. But she does it too early. She doesn't wait for the Omen flash. So here, this is what Nats does all the time. He sits in his smoke and goes, I'm Nats. I'm going to sit in this smoke. And then he waits. His trips trigger if he plays Cypher. He gets a kill maybe. Sugetsu also does this. And then suddenly Shao comes in with a recon or someone comes in with some util and then he'll peek out after the Omen flash. But Ash went before the Omen flash, so got a bit blind there. And also just got owned after that. So the Nano goes out, which I think is good. But there's not enough delay anymore. Like the Nano's finished now. We don't have backside control, so they're only going to focus the right side, and Ash gets owned here. So once again, it's just different ideas. This girl's want to fall off. This girl wants to go in. So I think the C is the weakest right now, the combination. And especially because your comp is such a good retake comp, you can just go for like spams maybe. The Nanos did enough damage in my opinion. And you just go for the retake, you know? They had the Breach Ulti, so let them have the site. If they want to take it that bad, you let them take it. You use your wall to get the retake going instead of doing a 5v3 retake. So this is the one death angle that you have to be worried about, I feel like. This thing can be dealt with, but I think this front sight angle here is the problem. And then 1-for-1. And then that's all right. 9-3. I predicted it. All right. So how do we lose this? So you do the wall on A. So let's have a look here. Okay. So wall goes up instantly. Enemy team has 0 control in this game. They have no sky. They have no server. They are running blind this whole game. You could do whatever you want, fake them out, and fakes will work so well against this team. They've actually established my turret, my Killjoy turret, aggressive one. So we need to get an information on this turret ASAP on attack side. So this Viper's going to be like, they're putting the turret here. I can break this. And then that means B's weak, you know? Because the turret means denied info. It means the Killjoy can't play, like, someone has to spot the C long, otherwise you're just contacting up. So something would change in their setup. So let's see here. We kind of commit really hard to the garage here. But I think the best thing to do is find information what's going on here, you know, like let this Viper wall cook against this comp. Like every comp's different, but I think you want to let the Viper wall cook here instead of fully committing here, because this is a loud strat, I'm pretty sure. But the one thing that they do have is good denial of rushes. Oh, but you do yeah, and then they get 2 kills. They have that Viper wall too. So it's just like, do you really want to be going garage when you're just going to get Viper walled off instantly? So I think this is the biggest thing for the IGL to really get. You got to know how to play against comps. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, the game's going to get more and more comps, and just having ideas of playing against Viper is the best. I think contacting Vipers are the best. Baiting their util and then hitting them is something that we were doing against Loud, but we ended up losing. But we fucked the game. I fucked the game plan. I made one mistake in the game plan, and it ended up costing us it on attack side, because I think we could actually farm them on attack side. Like, the first buy round is literally like a case of us absolutely owning them. What do we do here? Alright, so it's because they ended up trying to do something crazy here. So we're going to contact on them here, and they're going to use their Viper Orb on the short thing, and then we're going to hit them. But we catch them in the smoke, so then we end up winning. But then I end up cancelling because I'm like, screw it. Let's just clear it together. So we stay as 5, you know. At this point, we just trade, and we just go as 5 here. I ended up lurking because I was like, I think this guy might have pushed, but I didn't actually expect him to be there. I just wanted to make sure something was on, and then we get the bomb down. But this... Hold on. So this is a round I actually fucked up, which cost us the game. If we don't lose this round, if I account for the last pass there, and we actually allow Chronicle to use the stun here, we would have won the game, in my opinion. Like, it was just one stun. Instead, you made him use his stun for this, for the drone. And that was the new strat I was making. So the flash comes in, the smoke comes in. And you can see him coming in, but the round's already lost. So it got fucked. Because we lost our Durka, unfortunately. So, but let me just show you what I meant by baiting the Viper stuff. So here we drone up. And we're just baiting stuff. We don't need the drone. But then, oh my goodness, Durka actually goes... Oh, it's because we're in eco, sorry. Okay, let me just quickly show you. So we have a whole game plan to this strat here. So we use the recon, and then Aspas, this guy puts his wall up, and we just wait here. And then the next hit, as you can see, Chronicle hasn't used any of his util, because we know that there's no point in using it when the wall is up. And then what we do is we just wait in, and now we hit them. So Chronicle uses that. He actually used the wrong stun. He should have been on the right side, and he should have stunned this whole right side, because I was doing a suck here. And I was doing the stun here, sorry. So he actually used the wrong stun that round. And then we do a kaboom just in case Sadak is there. We were actually meant to save the recon, but we must have used the drone earlier for some reason. Oh, we used the drone. And they must have cleared out the drone. So then we got a bit scared and we used the recon. But I said we should contact this. I think we knew that he wasn't in garage. So we could have actually just walked in without using the recon here. But this is like my problem. This was my problem as an IGL. I didn't communicate it enough. Or the problem when I'm not there is no one's going to go. We needed to go in here and actually just contact in and show some actual balls. Like we did against Team Liquid 2 years ago when they first ran the Viper comp. You know, we would have owned it if we had this recon here. We would have reconned the site after this. And then I wouldn't use this. We wouldn't have used this. We would have had a kaboom. We would have had a spare star. So like these little things are happening in a game. And it's just like, we're humans, you know, human error. And then Chronicle does an ulti to counter their flood. But if we had our util ready instead, like we wouldn't have used the ulti here. Because there's no way they're flooding on this, in my opinion. They're using it to like, in my opinion, I just don't think they were going to flood. So we end up using our breach ulti now. And now they actually hit us with the retake, with the killjoy ulti. Althea dies. And now we're running all of us towards long. And then we end up losing this round. Oh no, we end up winning. But like, even though we win, we lost a breach ulti from it. They lost 2 ultis. Do we win? Yeah, we do win. But you know what I mean? Like, there's loads of things happening in a game, and everyone needs to be on the same page. So that is the biggest thing of an IGL, and I still struggle with it today. So I'm not expecting you lot to be able to do it too. But essentially, like, with the Viper, you want to bait her shit. Especially on this map, because you can't brute force it. Alright, so what does this Omen do that's wrong? Well, spotting from there is fine. They flash, and then they should have got off there maybe. But instead they try and stay on, and they're just like, they just get caught. Orange just gets the timing, the wall is up, the orb is up. Ari ends up planting here, and this plant generally means that teams are going to push a link, which is what they end up doing. Whenever anyone plays on site, it means they're no longer playing for front site post plant. They're playing to push you. So just be aware of that. If anyone plants aggressively like this, it's a push. In my opinion here, these two, this Viper and Raze, need to be playing together. So let's have a quick look here. Killjoy's on such a big flank here that like the ground is won. Like Raze ends up using nade. Raze actually should just wait here and not take a 1v1. Just let his teammates cook. But instead they give Existence an actual kill. Now let's see how the 2v2 plays out. So we don't have anything, but we do have a Viper wall. And I think we want to be playing together off this Viper wall. So we know they're not on it on that tap. Oh my goodness. So once again, it's just like, there's no, what's the word, synergy. Are we fighting? Are we not? What do we want to do here? Oh, and we end up losing, which is sad. Alright, now you're probably thinking 9-5. We've lost 5 rounds in a row. In your heads, you're probably like, oh, bloody hell, we need this round. So I think you're going to lose this round, personally. So, Sky Flash Long doesn't see anyone. Get out, Chamber. What are you doing? This just, like, instantly, wall up. Where's your chip? TP. Like, get out. The sky's cleared the whole along. Well, close, anyway. I honestly think, like, start of the game, you wanna see what's going on A, in my opinion. Against this comp, they don't have any information. Remember this. So the biggest thing you can do is take this from them. because they don't have any info back. And then it means everywhere else is weak, you know? They either have to play to hold A, play to retake, but they don't want to play retake against your comp, in my opinion. So taking this is the 100% must have against Vipers and against teams. It's the most easiest thing to do, rather than going for all this mid stuff. You just want to, even if they're on a bonus, you just let the Killjoy put a shit here, find out if they push. If they push, then okay, we can accelerate on A maybe, or we can freeze and just see what else is happening. But I think here we want to get out on A on the first round. And that's why some teams end up putting 4 here and really fighting. But then what you do is if you prod it, like you just did there, and then if they're prodding it, you just run into a C split if they're really hard fighting this. Or you hit a B, you know, like you can cancel and go somewhere else. Like Haven's so easy on the attack side because there's 3 bomb sites. If this was a middle, the Haven would be a bit more weirder. But like because it's a bomb site, it makes it a lot more easier to do stuff. And then this is what happens, like the round gets awkward now because this race is pushed here, and then like Arya's done this wall, but then Arya gets picked off here from a breach, like obviously playing with the Raze, because a Raze wouldn't be pushing down here on their own fully. There'll be someone maybe ready to support them garage. They're there in top site, like they're fighting you in middle here, but you would have known that had you'd gone at A what was going on, because if there's nothing here, then where are they? They have to either be hiding on site, which is a bit weird, or they're around here doing shit, and then the Killjoy turret would have found out that they're doing shit here, or something would have found out. Essentially, you're just playing for info. Your eye bag is crazy, my man. Yeah, it's genetics, bro. Everyone in my family has it. It's not about tiredness. It's about the blood under your eyes. I'm a 28-year-old man. You think I don't know how to sleep? If I didn't know how to sleep at 28-year-old, with 2 trophies under my belt. Anyway, let's carry on. Okay, let's have a look. So we end up dying, going 3v4. And now this is the awkward bit, because we haven't established here. We've just been fought here. So we just don't know where to go. But I think if we had established this in the first place, we would have chose the best place. And I think C is the worst place because you know Viper's there. So you ended up baiting the Viper stuff. Oh no, this is your Viper orb. Sorry. You end up baiting their Viper stuff. So it might actually pay out in your favor now because you can contact out. But are you going to check this angle? Probably not. So this Viper's going to get a free kill. Boom. And now the 1-for-1? Maybe? Okay, so this Viper somehow stayed alive, and then the flood comes in as Jova. Boom. Alright, so now I can see why you're going to lose now. And now you're going for a C burst, which I think is fine. But this person up on this plat is just taking you to the candy shop. Which is understandable. You know, they get a spit, double damage. Spectre is just going to... Is it even a Spectre? It's a Vandal. It's a Vandal. Yeah, I mean, you don't have a dash, so they've got nothing to worry about as well. So you can't really do these C hits, in my opinion. I don't think we clear Pat a single time this half. I think what happens is... Oh, you actually won. What the fuck? So we get this guy. Yeah, you bang out that person, which is quite funny. Skyto comes in, you know, 2 CT, you get a nice kill there. Oh my goodness. Leaving the site here was actually really smart. Because the enemy's going to be like in 2 positions. They're either going to be double CT, or they're going to be like maybe one guy flank if it's a jet. But because the enemy team's been playing so passive on A, it ended up working to your favor that they all just flooded like noobs this way. And that means they're all going to be group CT. They actually clear the site, which is smart by them. And you guys end up walking B. But now you go to A, which I think is even better. Or they're on the double flank, though. Do we have turret? Okay, biggest mistake here, I think, is we could be taking some of this util back. Because we should know that they're both on CT spawn right now. So taking the CT back and setting it up for the setup when you get onto a site would be really smart. It's like, what, 15 seconds? So you would have 15 seconds to set up the turret. Could have done a nice turret to really hold an angle for you. You're playing heaven and under heaven. The turret like would have been really nice to have it like either here, and it sees down long, but it also sees like this angle, giving this person a chance to kind of be ready to react. You could even put it on the box. I mean, you could put it anywhere. Alarm bot and CT spawn to know if they're walking at CT spawn. Lots of nice ideas here. So they actually end up smoking your Sky. You get a kill. All right, Sky ends up revealing her position. I think that's the biggest thing. Like in 2v2s, there's two ways you play it. You play together, which is not my favorite most of the time. Sometimes it is, but there's situations where it's just so much better to play for your frag. Just get your frag, and the other person gets their frag, knowing that they have to bait their teammate. So what would happen here? The best scenario would be the Sky's been smoked, so the Sky needs to leave. Like, there's no way... Or they flash for the Killjoy, and then the Killjoy plays off of that. But now the Omen knows the Sky's in heaven, so let's see how the Sky can play this. Omen could easily win this. They actually do the thing where they get half, which is right, and they die. So I think Sky wrapping around here was super good. I just think the Omen here... surely they should know that you're not in heaven anymore. You would have jumped out. Or something would have happened. It was actually unlucky timing for the Omen there. The Sky gets the perfect timing. Because the Omen would have won that. If it's me, I smoke the bomb every day of the week. 9 till 5. Alright, so the enemy team has established A main control. You're not going A main, which is... This is the biggest thing. You haven't got A main, so you're going to lose, in my opinion. Omens, they've got no initiator, and they've managed to establish a control of A against the Viper wall with an Omen and not a Jet or a Chamber. So that's the biggest thing. Like, they've got A, so it means they got 4-man Flood, Breach ulti for the Flood. You're going to hit B with no Jet, and you're just going to get Breach ultied here on the tap or something. So let's have a look. Oh, no, you're not even that. That person gets a tap kill, and then you guys are walking in. Mollies are going off. Here comes the ulti. Oh, he's not even ulting. If I'm breaching, I ulti every day of the week, 9 till 5. But I think it's because the Raze thought she had timing. But what's that Raze doing? Like, hello? Dodo nut? You trolling? What have you got? You've got a nade. Just throw a nade on the spike. Killjoy nanos are going off. Throw a nade on the spike. Wait for the tap. Hit them with the ult. Flood in. That's how... It's so easy this map is. This game is. Don't need to solo plays like that. It actually gives you an opportunity to really win this round. What we got here? What are we cooking? Viper spits. No smokes, but we have a wall for A. Right, we have no A flank control, but the turret is giving us so much control here. Viper, I think, went into the worst position possible. I think, personally, Viper should have gone into this corner and played tower up with the Killjoy, because you have 2 spits. So being able to actually utilize your spits and spitting them here in front of the main to stop them from swinging, or even here if they were coming from A-Link, but it's just the Omen there, would have been a lot better. I think towering up on this box is super strong. It's like I've seen so many games won back in the day. This angle's good, but I think this angle's only good if you have nothing left, like you're just a gun. But the 2 spits are like, if you think about how much time the spits can delay here, I don't know what the fuck Existence is doing. What are you doing? Like, just sit backside gong and just put your hands on your lap and just be like this. You don't have to do anything this round, and a round is won. Doing this is cuckoo. Like, at this point, you just play on the side. It's because they killed the Killjoy turret, so they're panicking. But you don't have to do anything. They killed Killjoy turret. Not a big deal. You just say who's holding what. I'm holding this. Sky, you can play off me if you want. Okay, Chamber is holding A-Link. Killjoy holds this, and then you're all good. Nord, thank you for the sub, for the 4 months. I'll put you on the board in a minute. And Owen as well. And Miguel Jose. And Andy Nosine. Okay, so now it just snowballs. We're left in a 1v1 with the Killjoy versus Killjoy. We got a nano for the spike. She's going to pull out a nano. Oh, we do end up winning it. Okay. Okay, we end up winning it, but it didn't need to be that close in my opinion. Okay, so let's have a look here. Harbor will, I think, honestly, Harbor will A long every round. That would have been better. This person cannot be getting a kill on A short here, in my opinion. I think what we do is we Harbor will A long, you come into this cubby here, and you just sky pop flash behind the wall. You put TP here, you sky pop flash through, and I think the chamber can sit here the round, right? And then I think chamber's extra trip could be like here, or something crazy, like super aggressive trip. I don't know how far they can put it down while safely being behind the wall, but there's definitely a sexy trip that could be done, or a trip here. I don't know, something weird. But I think if anything, just the TP, the chamber here, TP here, or put it in the corner on barrier. Get into this corner, wall comes to here, sky pop flashes. If nothing there, chamber goes here, post up on long, and we're just chilling a little bit, letting the round cook. Not getting caught by that, in my opinion. Natalie Parade. Unfortunately, a lot of the things I see is dumb, but that doesn't mean you're dumb. It just means that, like, I'm talking about the 0.001 percentile of, like, top players, and I'm also like, I'm also taking into account that this is a competitive game in terms of, like, in the moment you're never going to make the best decision all the time. So when I see a silly play that might not normally happen, it's because you're in an environment where you got high adrenaline, high stress. You're not going to make the best decisions, you know. So I think, like, don't take too much offense as to what I'm saying if it's dumb. Like, sometimes dumb plays really work if you've got the aim to go with it. Like, it really works. Like Alfia, for instance, he knows how to get kills. Now, some of his plays I'd consider pretty dumb and I would never do, but when he's got aim like that, he can get away with it because he's just really good. And it's a balance. Like, I have to obviously account for being a bit more smarter with my decision making because my aim is not as good as his. But there's nothing wrong with being dumb in this game. Because if anything, the best players in my opinion are those that get kills, because you can always teach a player that gets kills more discipline, but you can't teach a disciplined player to get more kills, in my opinion. Like, you don't want someone who's got bad ATS but is really smart, unless obviously they're their IGL, but even then I still think the IGL should be putting up numbers. Just be dumb noted. No, not all the time. Okay, so let's have a look here. So chamber ends up walking up A long, which I think is fine. But we do know the Yeoman's on A. We know Viper. If we could get some little prodding going on here. We got a prod on B going on with the Viper orb, I think. I guess that's the attack side orb. Oh no, it's not. I don't know what orb that is. Attack side orb's on. I don't know where the attack side orb is. Haven't seen him turn around. I guess it's on. Oh, it's on C. Oh, so the defender's orb is actually on B, like this. So we're leaving Killjoy in a lurk position to put the ulti down. Arya gets a big kill here. Chamber's lurking about a bit too early, in my opinion. And they're not going to clear the short. All right, so let's think about this round. Let's break it down here because it's really important. Boom. We get a kill here. So what will this kill do? It will mean that if they are playing towards A, or if A-Link, or maybe because the Omen's got here, so maybe someone would have had to been playing towards long, but it doesn't look like it because Breach was here. So let's say the enemy's playing a normal setup where they've established A control or tried to and then left someone. But the enemy team's in a weird position. But they are playing the 2C, which is the normal thing. So what's going to happen off this kill? The Breach has got two things. We're going to play retake with my ulti and Raze ulti, or I'm going to flood in and get into a position. So the Breach has decided to get in with that position. And then what's going to happen is, oh, we've ultied here suddenly. So what does this ult do? It stops this, and it means that we're going B. But the turret is still open. Therefore, if the turret is still open, there's no threat right now. The ulti is a threat, but it's not enough to kind of drag everyone. Oh no, they ultied B, quick. We need to get to B really fast, quick, everyone fast. Because they recently found out that you were on A short. So you being on A short is just a bit bait, in my opinion. So let's see what happens here. The Killjoy ulti goes off in a second, but nothing's happening. They don't know about the turret. The turret breaks now. and you've already started running up long. You're running up long. There's no need. You don't even breaking the turret would have been great, and they would have sold it. But you don't need to run here on A. Like you're doing a fake. The fake is good in my opinion. I actually think you let it cook for a second. Like after this kill, you just wait like what, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Let the enemy panic a little bit. Let them feel like you've reset, and then what you do is you just pop the ulti down. Because I think what happened here, you were gonna ulti. But then the Omens peeked into Arya, and then the game plans continued. But that shouldn't be the case. The game plan has changed because this kill changes the whole map. So then we freeze. We let my IGL think for a little bit. I don't know what MLE is doing anyway, because I think it's too aggressive to be peeking out in a 5v4. You let it cook. You let it cook. You don't run. You just let it cook. You're chilling. You're having a great time. But now look, the breach has been alerted that you're running up long, gets a free kill on chamber. You're not expecting it, gets 2 kills. Boom. That's already the mistake. Viper's so far away. Killjoy's obviously not there because they were doing the Lurkins play. Boom. Round is lost. Like you're doing a fake, so you commit to the fake. You walk onto the site. The chamber's literally walked all the way onto site. But no, you haven't cleared this. Like this is like the most common spot for a solo player to go in this area. Because it's the best spot on the site, in my opinion. I'm breaking it down. Tip on how to get as nervous. How to not get as nervous anymore. I feel like that's my worst problem. Being famous just makes it worse. Is this in ranked or in like competing as well? But in terms of trying not to get nervous, what I tend to do is breathing exercises. Like I found that I was always getting nervous before games, and like you gotta find something that works for you. So the things that I do before gaming is breathing. So I breathe in for 4 seconds, and then I hold it for 4 seconds, and then I breathe out all my air for 4 seconds, and then I hold that for 4 seconds. And like normally what happens is we have a shuttle to the venue. So here's the venue, and I'm here. We're getting in the shuttle, whoop, 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 and we're driving across. And throughout the whole drive, I play League of Legends World's Rise song and like some other songs. And I'm just breathing the whole time, doing that 4 second hold, 4 second, and that's my way of getting ready for the game. It keeps me calm, and then while I'm driving, I'm thinking about playing on the stage. I'm thinking about getting behind in the game. I'm thinking about getting in front in the game. I'm thinking about having a good game. I'm thinking about having a bad game, and I'm just getting my brain used to all those feelings of like, oh, like all those feelings that could happen, so that then when they do happen, I'm calm still, because it doesn't matter. Like I'm breathing about it. So I think that's one thing for pro play and like preparation. You could do that like in your house and stuff. But for ranked and stuff, you just gotta. It's a bit more difficult for women, because I think they get flamed a lot easier even if they talk on the mic in ranked. So that also brings a bit more anxiety and a bit more stress. But I do think just enjoying the game a bit more might be a thing, and just like having plays that you're comfortable with, you know, like when I'm practicing the same things in scrims every day, and then eventually I'm doing trial and error. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna try this next time. If this doesn't work, I'll try this next time, until I find stuff that works, and then I'll keep doing them until they don't work, kind of thing. And that's kind of how it works. And then when you're comfortable with something, it doesn't matter if you're not confident, because you know the play inside and out, that you can just do it. What would you tell someone who's in a funk and just can't seem to do anything at the moment? Stop thinking about it too much. Like, you're not in a funk. It's just your brain thinking that you are. Because you think you're in a funk, you end up focusing on everything that's bad and then putting yourself even further into a funk. The biggest thing you can do is just not care about your performances. Like, obviously, if I have a good performance, I'm like, yeah, I had a good performance. But as soon as I go into the next day, I don't care. I don't care about my current form. I don't care about anything. All I care about is winning and popping heads and just doing some decent plays. And if I don't do any of those, then that's fine too. Like, it happens. So I think to be the most consistent, you just gotta be confident. And if you can't be confident, then you gotta know that you can't be confident and just don't care. Like, just play your game and do it how you do it. That's my way of doing it anyway. Anyway, we're gonna carry on now. All right, we're gonna carry on with the game. I'll answer some more questions in a bit. Yeah. So anyway, so this fake got already foiled because we started running a bit too early. We got a bit too excited, in my opinion. Almost won the round though, but I'm not gonna watch it because I'm looking at the macro. All right, so we take a pause. Are we gonna take A control? All right, we've done the A wall, which is good. Let's follow that up with the Sky Flash. Oh, the enemy did a Viper ulti on short. So we need to find out where that Viper ulti is, firstly. Secondly, they don't have the orb on B anymore. So I think what we can do here is we know that Viper's going to be playing in the ulti. So we know there's 100% one there. And we know that something or someone has to be holding this area, because obviously they don't want us to lurk around the Viper. So we can use the fact that this Viper's ulti is like this in order to know that one is here, probably one is here, and maybe one here and one here. So what do we need to do? Well, what's happened here is this one is moved to here because something else is taking control of that one, which is the Sentinel util here. So based off that, what can we do? I think, personally, they don't have an AWPer because they got a raise. So we abuse the A. We take the long as 2 maybe, and you just see what's going on A. Like, if you break this alarm bot, boom, what would that do? Well, Viper can't play retake. She's forced to play on the site, so this Killjoy would have to come to here. So I'm just going to change the map layout now. So Killjoy would be here, now spotting the long, and it means that this person would go here or here. And then this person would go here, and this person would go here. So what does that mean? It means C-split is really weak now. Like, C-hold is really weak for them. They do have a Killjoy ulti for the retake. They have a breach ulti for the flood on B. So maybe B isn't the best thing because they can easily react because we haven't, like, the breach will be the person around here because we'll find out the alarm bot. So I think what we do is we can do a little bit of prodding here with someone, leave someone there. Everyone else, we can just walk C-split here. We know that Killjoy alarm bot here, so nothing else should be here for information. So we can just go for a C-split, nice and slow, and hit this C site pretty efficiently. That's my plan. And then we know that they have a breach ulti for retake, so we probably have to play like off-site post and just pray that we hit the spams. And that way what have we done for this round? With our rubbish economy, we've managed to burn potentially a breach ulti and a Killjoy ulti and a Viper ulti without using any of our ultis, unless we wanted to potentially use a Viper ulti on C for post plant and take a kind of coin toss for that. Daz, thank you for doing $2. If you have no name in esports, how can you become pro? I'm not really sure. You just gotta grind, hit top ranks, and then kind of get noticed, play in some teams and do well. It's very difficult, like, because of this franchise stuff, it makes it a lot harder, I feel like. But I always feel like a talented person, someone who's generally very good at the game, will get spotted. But unfortunately, only the talented people do. And I'd say, like, I was really good at Counter-Strike, but I didn't have enough talent to be kind of spotted and given a chance, so I never got a chance. So I really don't know. I got lucky because Valorant came out, and then I decided to make my own chance, you know? So it's like... Anyway, so we go B, and like I said, the breach ult is going to flood in here, which they end up doing. And it's just awkward. Oh, we do go for the Viper ulti too, which is actually an interesting play. So based off of this then, this is actually quite interesting too. This isn't bad, but we've lost our Killjoy somehow. So our Killjoy with the Vandal, our only Vandal player has gone for a little solo playing thingy, just as we're about to establish our thing. So this is way too early. Way too early. Let them cook. Let them cook, find out what's going on here, then you find your timing. Then what could potentially happen is, imagine Killjoy's alive right now. So now we do a little fake on B, you know, we do whatever we're going to do. So the fake on B is coming in now, because I think they wanted to set up a fake B, but they went too early with the Killjoy. We bait the breach ulti, and now look what happens. Imagine if the Killjoy lurks in now, and then because they breach ultied, we cancel, and then we just C-split. They're going to flood through CT, but if we had Viper C long, Viper would walk up C long here, get something in this choke and to stop them flooding. And then the C-split's looking quite good. We have a Viper ulti for C-site, which I think is generally quite good. It was a B fake. Yeah, I thought it might have been just based off the fact that you had your Viper there. So it's just a case of if you're faking, chill out. Lurkers, chill out. Let the fake cook a little bit. Give it 5 seconds because you never know if someone's close garage there. They might push when you go into B site or something. Like, let it cook. I think the round was generally all right. Like that, other than like what I said, like obviously finding out what's going on here, knowing that the Viper is trapped in their ulti. Going back to A is a bit awkward though. I don't know how we've managed to go and do this. This is actually wild. And we end up using our Harbor ulti too. And then the Viper ulti's been caught because like we end up using our Harbor, which I don't like. Like our money isn't great. And they've used up a lot of ultis this round and got man advantage on us. The Harbor ulti here just doesn't make sense to me. Just because like you want it for a round where you feel like you're gonna win. This is a force buy kind of vibes. What's your rank? Top 3 team in the world, I'd say. Top 4, top 5 team in the world. Radiant. Top shagger. 6-inch plus. I'm lying. 5.5 maybe. White male. The lottery is good. Alright, so all the girls coming for you. All the girls coming for you. Stay safe. I don't think so, mate. I'd prefer if they didn't too. I already have a girlfriend. But we keep it respectful here. Nah, I saw your girlfriend say she said massive. That's true, actually. Right, we're carrying on. You're not wrong there. All right, so Viper wall and Harbor wall. But we're contacting C again. I'm not liking this. Mainly because Chamber's got AWP here. Like, let's get this A. And we haven't played A once. And we've done this C force. And now this black person's got the kills again. Because, like, we're forcing through. It's just super awkward to force through it, in my opinion. And we don't have the good util. Yeah, I mean, this Viper's just managed to get everyone again. What util do we have? We have a Spit, Sky Flashes, Sky Dog. The only problem with this Sky Flash... yeah, I'm not sure. Like, we're just not clearing this one angle. But it's really awkward because we don't have a dash. Like, a jet dashing in just makes that plat guy really impossible. Like I said earlier, it's all about the win conditions of the comp. Eldorex, thank you for the sub. Alright, Kira Lee Sex. I love that emote. No one cleared. Yeah, but I also think it's not the play. Because I play for, what, 3-4 years now? Whenever I see comps, when I'm IGLing, I'm just like, win condition. Instantly, I'm thinking about win condition. It's the same as League of Legends. In that sense, it's the same as Magic the Gathering. Like, we've had various coaches along the way who have been like Magic the Gathering fans. Anders, for instance, talking about win conditions. League of Legends, they talk about win conditions. Valorant, they should talk about win conditions. And we should be talking about the win condition of this comp. And the win condition is this comp is if we make it obvious, they got a raise, they got a breach, they got an omen, they have the ultimate anti-rush. If you make it obvious. And what do we have? We have the opposite of rush. We have a control comp that can't rush or can't burst because we don't have a dash or anything. So when we're rushing into a comp that counters it, it doesn't make sense. So what do we need to do? We need to play the map slow, get control, start dragging them around like crazy men, and then we just slowly hit the site, you know, that we actually want to hit. Like, they have no way of getting info back. So your fakes would have worked. Like, the 2 fakes that I've seen so far, did you see how they reacted? Like, they literally, like, if we let the Killjoy cook, we would have got the A site for free, or get a breach running off over here like a noob. Or on the B fake, this breach ulti forced in, we would have got a nice C long timing. Like, the fakes are working. Fakes are really hard to do in this game because Initiator util really catches us timings and stuff, but they don't have any. So this is like doing a fake on Counter-Strike. It's going to be beautiful. On a map with 3 bomb sites. You feel me? Anyway, so we're doing a fake control again. Boom, that Omen flash is a big sign. They're fighting A. Let's ramp it up. Ramp up that C split. Let's fucking go. But the only problem is we have no one that could actually see the Omen flash. Oh, wait. Arya might have seen it there. And we should be accelerating here. And getting the hell into the C split. In my opinion. It's either that or you play it slow. You retake A with the wall and stuff. Which is really possible for your squad. Because obviously they don't have the best way of controlling the A. This is the only spot they could really go to control it fully. But we go into the C split, but look how slow we were. Like, they're already here. From being an A main, and we were, like, here. And we've one person here. Now we're only just getting the C side. Let's have a look at the ulties. No ulties from both teams. This is a winnable round here. We're going for this plant, which is for a garage plant. Oh, my goodness. Trade. Okay, 1 for 1. So, Existinger wasn't ready for this. Which is understandable, but I don't really like this angle. Like, I don't really know what you're meant to do from here. At this point, you just play it from, like, I don't even know where you play it from. I think you have to play on the right side of the wall to give yourself a bit more time to react to them jumping out the window. Anyway, let's carry on. So we get the 1 for 1. But they're already flooding in. Could we have done anything? Oranges, where's your orb? You have no spits. Let's get a fucking orb on this choke point, please. Sorry for the F word. So let's get that orb on the C choke. All right, nice. All right, let's establish backside control. Chamber's gone for a pick. Oh, you went for a one-way. I'm not happy about that. We've got no one holding the... We haven't got backside. We need... Before we plant on C team, we need backside. We need someone here maybe. Maybe someone around on this box. This box is generally quite good. The only thing it's not good against is omens because they omen flash it and it's a bit awkward. But... It's good because we have garage control, so it's not like when we get Omen Flash, they can run up garage and kill us. So it's still fine. So get someone on this box. Let's get someone maybe backside here, or I don't know, somewhere around default here maybe, able to hold this thing. If you really wanted to be nerdy, you put the orb up in the choke, and you play really close to the orb, and you just stack util. We have a cascade for after the orb goes down, so in my opinion, this is what it looks like. We need to establish backside. Haven is the worst map for floods. Like, floods are dangerous. So before you get any plant, here, 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 we need to establish control of the back of the site. We need under heaven. We need some util here. If they smoked us here, we need someone on site ready for the A-link to flood in. You know, we need this stuff coming in. On C, we need here generally, but like obviously it's a bit awkward there sometimes. So maybe someone here sometimes, or ready to swing off it here, ready here. Like, we need some positions. So that's the first thing. Next thing is that we could time our util perfectly here. We could put the orb up, and as the orb's about to come down, we have one cascade left. We just stack it, and we just make it really awkward for them. Maybe Harbor's here with this thing. You know, like, we just make it really awkward for them. So when the orb goes down, we charge up, like, what, 40% toxin? Harbor was about to go down. Pop this back up again one more time. And we're stacking the orb. We're rotate. It's on rotation. But look, we don't establish backside control. Sky's left, gone garage. Chamber's gone for a pick, but didn't get the pick. Now they flood in. They've already bypassed the Viper orb because it's not doing much anymore. And now the floods come in and we lose. Maybe. We lost. Boom. Haven's the biggest culprit of that. But I always say to my teammates, you better not be... Chronicle, don't you dare plant that bomb. We need backside before you plant it. Because the round doesn't matter. The spike doesn't matter. You're not going to win the round off the spike if they flood in, you know? Like, so why do you force... If they're flooding in, just cancel the spike plant and get ready to fight your teammates, if anything. Or, if you think they're going to flood, tap the bomb, then do it. You know, there's, like, loads of scenarios. Okay, so... We don't like A control. I think that's honestly that's the biggest note I could say. No A control. The mid control there wasn't good. Like, we can't be down to an Omen Orb. 2 kills to an Omen Orb here. We have a Harbor ulti and Killjoy ulti here. Are we thinking that because we have Killjoy ulti, they're going to play heavy A? Well, let's find out. Let's prod it. Let's find out what they're actually doing before committing anywhere, in my opinion. So we already lost 2 kills. And the round's pretty much lost now. I mean, this person's playing with fire. Athena. Oh, it's Athena. I think if it's the Athena I know. And actually, now that I think about it, I think I met this MLE person at Champions. I think. I'm pretty sure, actually. It is low. Oh, it is. Oh, full screen. Sorry, babe. Yeah, she was an analyst for... Oh, okay, I do know. She's really nice. So I don't mind you losing to them, because they're quite nice. Sorry. Anyway, so this round's lost. Okay, so let's have a look here. Breachstone comes in. Finally, we're getting some A control. So we got the A control here. And let's just see how they react off of it. They have the Viper ult, so they're going to Viper ult short. Oh, we're rushing A. Alright, we're not even A controlling. So once again, anti-rush comp. We're rushing with a comp that isn't good at rushing. What is the solution? Probably going to lose this round. We get 0 value from our Harbor ulti because we haven't discussed their Viper ult. And the fact that we want to rush them when they have a Raze ulti as well. Like, this isn't the play here. Like, we need to be looking at these ultimates and thinking, like, what is their counter? They have a Raze ulti here. What do we want to do? Bait the ulti potentially? Or, there we go. Now we're going to get punished. Boom, boom. And let me hear say, weho, weho. 07 in the chat. Oh, Shadowcon, you did ask for it. Orange is Clear's their best name. Yeah, so I think, boom, we just instantly get countered there. 07 in the chat, yeah. It was looking great. Defense, I thought, was actually decent. Most of the macro made sense, but the attack side, I think it was like, it's one of those games where you've probably watched it back, or if you haven't, it's just one of those games where it's just like, oh, why didn't we do that? Why did we do this? Like, it's just, this is like me 3 years ago when I'm like doing certain calls on certain maps and I'm just like, what have I done? Like, play to the strength of the comp. I'm a bit better now, but even still against a loud game, like, it was the same scenario. Alright, so we've given up on A now because they shut us down on that round where they had a Raze ulti and a Viper ulti, which I think is another thing. Like, we feel like, oh, A doesn't work. We're not going to go there. We haven't gone there the whole game. And the two times we went there, it was really sloppy A control, and we get punished both times. So I think it's just like, it's unlucky, really. Like, it was in our heads that A is a no-go zone, and now we end up going towards C split. Not even C split. We go for garage control, break the turret, which I think is good. Like, nice. We've actually done something here, but we've been caught. We got a chamber. This is why I don't really like chamber, because chambers feel like they want to play aggressively. If you're going to put chamber somewhere, in my opinion, you don't put them here. I think what you do is you just pop the chamber. This is the old chamber meta. You put the TP like here, somewhere safe, and you just put chamber like here. And you just put them in this corner, holding this long. And you just leave them passively. And you don't put up the wall or anything. You can put up the wall for like 5 seconds and drop it. Just so you know if they've crossed into here, because you want to make sure they haven't crossed into there. I think that's one way of playing the chamber. If you want to put passive. I think this one's a bit risky. Yeah, you've only got a Guardian. They have an AWP. You just get one bapped. You could also potentially use the wall to get into this corner. But I don't know what that does. I'm not really fully invested in that one. Especially because they don't have the recons and stuff info. Doden, that's also insane. You would take it. I mean, it's a decent. The quality of game here is decent. Just little things. Obviously, the comps are a bit odd. The FlyQuest comp in particular, and also your comp is obviously also quite odd. So I think that's the differences there. So we lose a person. not ideal when we have Killjoy ulti still. We've had Killjoy ulti for 3 or 4 rounds, and they have no reaction to it. The only thing they can do to it is raise nade it. So if you find out where the raise nade is, you can ulti into this cubby here. And then you can just use some util to clear out this plat, which is okay. Like, I think we ended up doing that against Loud, and I think we should have won. Let me have a look. Oh, we're just hitting that A thing again. Ah, and then we had Alfia's ulti for retake. So this is another weird thing you can do. If you have Killjoy ulti, sometimes you can, if you feel like the site's going to be free, like we hit him with our special exec that I did. What Alfia should have done here is ran up onto site, ran around here, and planted here, the ulti. That would have been the best one. But because he felt like he didn't have enough time, he ends up doing it here, which isn't a really good ulti. But we wanted it for the flood, so we've done it super late here, but he should be popping it down pretty much now. They're coming in. And I think we lose now. I put my stun down. But imagine the ulti here. It would force them all the way back to like here. It would be really good. But this ulti here that he ends up doing doesn't end up doing much. And they end up getting half here, which is a lot of teams do. Oh no, he ends up filling it. So as you can see, they're like too slow. But it's a really nice idea to ulti after the plant's been down. I think that's pretty much it for your VOD. If it goes OT, it goes OT. I think I've reviewed enough. I think I'm done with this one. Why don't you guys play Harbor? Obviously Harbor Viper is generally a very good comp, but yeah. All right, so we lose our person. Obviously now we're going back to A. We have the Killjoy ulti. So in this situation, Killjoy's got beautiful lurk timing, as you can see. Like Viper's solo on the site. What we want to do here is find out if they're playing on the site heavily. And if they are, we Killjoy them off and we play for the post plant because we need our Viper Orb back. So one thing is, I don't think we should have used this Viper Orb this round because we want to use the Killjoy ulti. And then the Killjoy ulti gets us a site, the Viper Orb locks the site, and it's Jova, mate. It's Jova. Like, Killjoy ulti plus Viper for post plant. Oh my goodness, call it a day. Bob's your nan. Jova. Yeah, look at this. Kill. Now imagine this, like Viper Orb now in CT choke. Akaba saves this cascade. And now we just let it cook. Hold on, we let it cook in a sec. Alright, Killjoy Nano is too early in my opinion. So, Killjoy, I think Nano should have gone here. I think Killjoy Nano should be here. And you put it here because you want them to come out. And then you want to put it up. And then they either have to play behind this. And you can probably find a timing to kill them. Or it stops them and they end up running through here in the Nano. They can't really stop to clear out these angles. And then you kill them through that. I think putting it here to delay them is the worst thing. You want to put it as a reaction to their retake. You don't want to preempt their retake. You want to react to their retake. And if you put it here, they might break it by contacting in or whatever. So you want to put it like pretty far back and just make it really awkward for them. Because that way you know you're going to get full value out of it. So let's have a look here. So you'll see what I mean. So you'll see here. Ready? Hold on a minute. Here comes the Nano now. But just imagine if we just had that Nano ready for the retake. The enemy team's not even set up. They're not ready to retake. They haven't used any util. This does nothing. So putting that Nano there, ready for the... Now we Nano. Like, imagine now. Like, the flash comes in. The Nano's now. The stuns come in. Like, they can't actually get any value from it. The only one who can is the person from Heaven. But you can easily trade that Heaven guy by having someone default looking at the window and stuff, you know? Like, there's no way this race should be getting 2 as well. But we don't have anyone default. We got double under Heaven, and this person's obviously stunned off the angle. To be fair, the default person would have got flashed as well. But just having that Nano at that timing would have been perfect. In my opinion. Big flash, and now it's Jova. And then look, we still had a sky flash as well for when they do come out. Hello. Oh, unlucky. And that is it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment if you want some of this lovely content. Hey, Ducker, get off your phone. Ducker. Right, that's it.